In an unprecedented and highly controversial chapter in American political history, Donald Trump has spent much of his second term reshaping not only policy, but also the physical and symbolic landscape of Washington, D.C. Known for his bold and often polarizing style, Trump's efforts to leave a lasting personal imprint on the nation's capital have sparked intense debate among lawmakers, historians, architects, and the public alike. Throughout his presidency, Trump has emphasized legacy and visibility, but his second term has taken that approach to a new level. Across Washington, D.C., enormous banners bearing his likeness have been draped over prominent government buildings, transforming once neutral public spaces into striking displays of personal branding. Supporters describe these moves as a celebration of strong leadership and national pride, while critics argue they blur the line between public office and personal glorification. Perhaps one of the most debated actions has been the alteration of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. The iconic cultural institution, long associated with artistic excellence and bipartisan recognition, has reportedly seen Trump's name prominently affixed to its Carrara marble walls. Preservationists and cultural commentators have voiced concern over the modification of such a historically significant site, questioning whether political influence should extend into spaces dedicated to the arts. Even more dramatic changes have taken place at the White House itself. The historic residence and workplace of U.S. presidents has undergone visible transformation, with gold accents added throughout its interiors and exteriors, an aesthetic long associated with Trump's personal brand. The most significant and controversial development, however, has been the demolition of the East Wing to make way for a sprawling 90,000-square-foot ballroom. According to administration officials, the new structure is intended to host large-scale events and state functions, reducing reliance on temporary setups. Critics, however, see the move as a break from tradition and a disregard for the architectural and historical integrity of one of the nation's most iconic buildings. Urban planners and historians have also weighed in, noting that Washington, D.C. has long been carefully curated to reflect democratic ideals rather than individual legacy. From the restrained neoclassical architecture to the preservation of monuments honoring past leaders collectively rather than individually glorifying them, the city's design has historically emphasized continuity and shared governance. Trump's sweeping changes, they argue, challenge these long-standing principles. Supporters of the president counter that every leader leaves a mark in different ways, whether through policy, appointments, or infrastructure. They view these physical transformations as part of a broader effort to modernize Washington and make it more functional for contemporary needs. Some also argue that critics are overstating the impact, suggesting that future administrations could reverse or modify many of these changes if they choose. As Washington, D.C. continues to evolve, the debate over Trump's second-term legacy highlights deeper questions about power, symbolism, and the role of personal identity in public office. Whether viewed as bold innovation or controversial overreach, these changes ensure that his presidency will remain a focal point of discussion for years to come. Ultimately, the lasting impact of these decisions will be judged not only by their immediate reception but by how future generations interpret this moment in the ongoing story of American democracy.